Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone is well. A little bit later than normal. Big shout out to everyone on YouTube. Also, big shout out to everyone on Instagram. I'm doing a two-way live recording. So again, questions from either side. I am here. But before we start,
Having you straight is the latitude, blessed is the gratitude. Stood firm to the test, never move. Some threat at your neck, do you check? Are you prepped? Tie your boots from grassroots to pass through? I really do, the field work like a move. So if I is the source, you is the two. The idea started like a seed, then it grew. Something you could choose, shimmered on the low. Cause you know people them as do. Never left the flow, so to grow. I become the food with a little force, no remorse. We can make a move. We create the path that we're tunneling, not stumbling. 10 things that we're juggling, done struggling. Hard work, but the muscle in. Push down to come up is the pedaling. Go meddling, keep spitting, heart pumping. Who's quitting? Keep flying, keep pushing. Go all in with no cushion. Keep busting, keep bringing. Let's dig in, keep kicking, keep jumping. Are you willing to leave nothing? We winning. Perfect.
Well done to Summers FC, the best team in London, the London Vets champions, Summers FC. And I'll be doing a review of yesterday's game. However, I'm not doing this alone. I cannot do this alone. I have a special guest. I have the best goalkeeper in grassroots. I have the best goalkeeper in Vets grassroots. Gary, what is going on, sir? You good?
How you doing, my brother? You good?
I'm well. Anyone that doesn't know you, which is probably one or two people, can you please tell the audience out there who you play for, and of course, what like position that you play, which is a goalkeeper, but kind of any kind of other stuff that people need to know about you.
I play for Santos. Been playing for Santos for a little while, but people think I'm a goalkeeper, but I'm not a goalkeeper. I started off as a centre forward, so I just wanted to say that, and you just leave it like that.
Now listen, again, Gary, the best Vets goalkeeper in London. But let's go straight into the game yesterday. And again, please feel free to put your comments, put your kind of questions either on YouTube or on Instagram. We are here to answer your questions. And again, this is a raw and honest review. Of course, I was there as the sponsor and I was filming, and actually Gary was actually there as actually part of the crowd. So let's start from the jump. Location. What did you think about the location yesterday, Bromley FC?
If I'm honest, for someone like myself, it's not hard to get to, but for Summers coming through the tunnel, it is a bit of a trek, But I don't want to make it sound like I'm taking sides for Summers or anything. I'm just speaking as a neutral. I also think that cup final, I don't think it should be on a 4G. That's just my opinion. It should be on grass instead of 4G, but everyone else has their own opinion.
Okay. Bromley FC, again, it's a decent ground. 4G, yes, of course it's kind of based in South, so of course people thought like it was a home game for like LSU, but LSU still have to travel, like some players have to travel over an hour. But I mean, how I see it, it's a kind of great secure venue with seats, and again, it was it's probably one of like the best stadiums that I'd say the London FA can actually get. So fair play. Let's talk about the warm up. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, it was just that I was going to say, with regards to the location, okay, you say that's the best area for that, but isn't it possible for them to have maybe one or two or three locations that they can rightfully speak to the individual's team, i.e. they could speak to LSU, speak to Summers and say, look, these are the 3 locations. Pick one that you think is fair for both teams to travel to. Yeah, that is, it's an option that can be presented, you know, and then that way it just eliminates anyone saying, oh, it's in a fair advantage here or it's a fair advantage there. I mean, at the end of the day, you're both in the cup final. You've got there for a reason. So regardless of where the location is, it's what happens on the pitch at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, anyway.
And I think that's kind of one thing that I'll be talking to Jamal about. I know with certain grounds they do the reseeding, and again, depending on where the professional team is in the league, playoffs, etc., availability can be an issue. But yeah, you know, I think when it kind of gets to the semi-final, I think an agreed venue has to be sorted out. So then, you know, literally people are not and ahhing. And then again, at least people know exactly where the, you know, game is.
Yeah, that's right.
Because, you know, of course, you know, there are kind of some competitions where you know where the final is before the tournament even happens. And, you know, if that's the case, then no one can actually complain. But yeah, that's kind of something that I'll be talking to Jamal about for like next season. The warm-up. I would literally love to know your like opinions on like both sets of teams warm-up.
It went well for both of them. Usual drills, stretches, and whatnot. People focusing on what's going to take place in the moment. I did notice one thing through Summers straight away, that their goalkeeper weren't playing. Max, he didn't play. And not being funny, he's a missing any team. Yeah, he's part of the goalkeeping fraternity, so I'm going to have to back the goalkeeping fraternity. Yeah, he's a miss in any team, and that was something that I noticed straight away. But other than that, both teams warmed up well.
Yeah, I mean, I think both like teams took the warm up really, really seriously. Again, you know, with the kind of set of drills, stretching, the dynamic stretching, the, you know, 2-touch, 3-touch drills. You know, you can tell that both teams were also sizing each other up. You know, it's the first time that they could see, you know, each other, and, you know, they were training, you know, across from each other. So I know that, you know, there was some kind of glaring stares there. But yeah, again, you know, I've got no issues with like both teams in terms of like the warm up and like preparation. I thought it was absolutely fine. Let's go down to the crowd. What did you think about the support?
Yeah, it was good. It was good all round. It was friendly banter back and forth. You know, it's the way a cup final should be presented. You know, this no animosity or anything. Just get on with it. You know, it was good. It was nice, and it was nice to be part of that crowd as well.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I would say from the kind of dugout point of view is that there were banter it was banter going back and forth. Definitely, well, I won't say spicy moments, but you know, there was a few verbals, but again, nothing untoward. But again, I probably thought maybe LSU probably had the majority of the well, I'd say had the majority 60-40. But again, the guys from East literally came out in, you know, like in force. And again, especially again behind that the dugout, there was, you know, it was what we would call friendly fire. So so again, big shout out to like both sets of supporters. Now let's go into I'd say like the meaty side of this video. And again, please feel free to kind of put in your video to actually put in your comments, put in like any questions again from YouTube and also on Instagram. let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. Gary, let's go.
Well, LSU came out the blocks quickly. From what I saw from the start off, they came out, and it's like some are just decided to say, it's as if they said to themselves, look, let's just see what's happening here. And they just waited, and just played their game, moved the ball, get into the right position to receive the second ball. And with LSU in that first half, they used their front man Baz a lot. You used him a lot. And like I said, used him. They used him a lot, I thought.
You know, so sorry to kind of cut in. I think there was a game plan, because straight from kickoff, or literally the moment LSU had the ball, Summers said, okay, you know what, we are going to concede possession. Literally, we're not going to go out chasing. We're going to literally sit in our own half. They can literally have it, like the back four can literally pass it amongst themselves. If they kind of pass it into the middle, we'll be there, thereabouts. But they literally conceded possession and they minimized the space. And every time Summers had it, they were like, okay, you know what, we are going to go direct. We are going to turn them. We are literally going to see exactly what they've got at the back in terms of, when they're facing their own goal, let's see how they respond. And there was a few warning shots before the goal. And again, I think it was Dwayne. I think it was Dwayne that scored the first goal for like Summers. It was a great, it was a great through ball, and again, like he kind of tucked it away with literally a lot of composure. And I don't know, like I felt that LSU were playing within themselves. They thought, okay, you know what, we will literally have our chances when we pull people out of position. But literally Summers in the first 15-20 minutes, they were like, no, you know what, you have to come with a kind of a plan B. And again, it was kind of very telling when Lloyd took off two of his midfielders and literally replaced those two.
Yeah, but I mean, even from the start, I noticed with LSU, I don't know why, but I was shocked because I thought Ashley Carew, he didn't start. I thought he would have started. I honestly thought he would have been in the starting 11. I don't know why he wasn't. That's obviously something that only Lloyd can answer. But I thought he would, from when I saw the starting 11, I thought, oh, well, okay. Why isn't he there, But like I said, it's something I can't answer. Like I said, it's only Lloyd can answer that question.
Before LSU got the equalizer, and again, I've not looked back on the footage, I think there was a penalty claim before, which I thought was a penalty. Other people said it was outside the box, but the referee didn't give it. I don't know if you remember it, but
no.
There was an incident maybe 2-3 minutes before the actual penalty, which I thought it was, but I haven't looked back at the footage, so literally I can't confirm or like deny that that particular phase of play. But LSU get a penalty. I can't remember. I think it was was it a sliding tackle that literally
on Gibbo? On Gibbo, he brought Gibbo down.
Yeah. And again, there's no kind of quibbles there. And Jason Pinnock scores the penalty. And I really expected then LSU to kind of go into like the I'd say into like the second gear. But again, Summers' game plan did not change.
No, it didn't. Not at all. They stuck. They stuck to they had a game plan. They stuck to it. Yeah. not one of them players I see have a go at each other. That alone tells you something. If you're not, if you're a unit, you're not going to argue amongst each other. You're going to encourage each other. A man makes a mistake, you're going to raise his game an extra 5% instead of like making it come down 5% by having a go at him. And they nullified that by not having a go at no one. They said, no one's arguing with no one. You know what I mean? It's just a unit, and we're going to go as a unit. Whatever happens, happens. Very
true. So first half ends 1-1, and then we like start the second half. I would say for the first 10...
Tabriz, sorry, my brother, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're forgetting something that happened in the first half.
Go on.
There was a free kick. At 1-1, there was a free kick to LSU. And it was whipped in onto the Summers goalkeeper. He spilled it. And the LSU player kicked it over the bar. I think from there on, just outside the 6-yard box. And if I'm not mistaken, that would have made it 2-1. That could have possibly made it 2-1 to LSU if that chance goes in.
I think, I think you're talking about Doyley. I think Doyley missed. I think it was that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was at 1-1. So if that goes in, you know what I mean? Who knows then what happens then? Because then it's 2-1 LSU half time.
So literally, I've got someone on an Instagram, big shout out, said, what was Summers' game plan? Sorry, I am late. Again, I thought Summers' game plan was to concede, possession, nullify the space, and literally hit LSU with a kind of directness and actually speed. Again, get LSU turned. I thought that was the game plan, and it kind of worked like a charm. But again, I kind of going in at actually another turning point or kind of pivotal moment was Doyley's first yellow card, where the kind of striker spun him, and then Doyley took him out. I don't know if you can remember that.
I remember that. That.
Yeah, and I don't know. And I think for me, Doyley wanted to make sure that player knew that he was around. Especially how Dwayne was playing. It was, it was kind of literally more like, okay, you know what? Someone's got to be more like of a presence. It can't be just, let's just kind of keep like passing. Like we have to be, like a lot more physical. And literally that was, I won't say a turning point, but literally a pivotal moment in the first half, because again, it was a nice turn. Dwayne would have been away, and Doyley had to clean him out. But again, it was just to show Summers, look, we are not going to take this line down.
He took one for the team.
So let's kind of go into like the second half, and of course, actually, you know what? I don't know if you could see from like where you were, but what did you feel about the demeanor of both managers at the time?
In what sense?
In terms of who was more animated, who had more control?
Look, at the end of the day, it's a case of one team, like I've already said, one team has had a game plan and they've stuck to it. The other team, what I saw is they've done well. It's not as if they don't do well. They've done well, but I don't think some of them played to their true potential. So it's a difficult one for me to get involved and start discussing, to be honest.
Well, I mean, of course, Lloydie made made a, like a bold decision, taking off 2 like players within the first 15-20 minutes or so. And again, and literally how I see it is, especially in a final, that's a bold decision. It's not a risky one, but it's a bold one.
Yeah, of course, it's a bold one, and it can possibly upset people. Why is he taking me off, kind of thing, sort of thing. But he's the manager; he's seen something, so you've got to respect his wishes. The right thing to do is to talk to him at full time, not at half time, at full time, because he's still got to address the other players. So you rightfully speak to him at the end of the game and say, Gaffer, can I get an explanation? And you hear what he's got to say, but he's made the decision, I wish Lloyd was here to speak for himself, because for me, I don't really want to say this, because both teams I get on well with. So I don't want one to think, oh, he's siding with Summers or he's siding with LSU. I stood there as a neutral, and you know what I mean? It's kind of hard for me to really give proper analysis of this game, because I don't want to offend nobody.
Oh no, I mean, I don't think it's, you will actually offend anyone, because again, like, you was like there and in your kind of own right watching two great teams. But again, like I love Lloyd's passion and his aggression, and like, he kind of wants more for the team, and he kind of wants like the team to like perform, and like he kind of energizes certain players well. And literally, those like certain players can literally energize everyone else. With like Summers, it's the second time that I've seen Akin on the sideline, and it's very calm. There's a kind of air of thinking behind everything that he does. He kind of doesn't want to get into any conversations with anyone. And he kind of, again, like, it kind of comes across as a man that, again, looks at every single area of the pitch, and he's got a thought and picture in his head, and again, like, he kind of doesn't get flustered, no matter what occasion, especially yesterday, and he kind of thinks about things very methodically. That's what I could have found from the Summers gaffer anyway. But yeah, we are kind of going to the second half, and I want to say from the get-go, the first 10-15 minutes, you could tell that the pace of the game definitely slowed down. I mean, what do you think about that, Gary?
Yeah, it did. You have to look. There weren't many opportunities as such. At one point, it looks like both teams were just going to settle for a draw and go into extra time or something. You know what I mean? But it's just what happened. It was the winger, yeah.
I think yeah. So and again, correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the comments, that's actually part of Summers. Is it Forbesy? I believe Forbesy scored the second goal. I think he came in from the right. He kind of made a run.
Wasn't it Driz? Wasn't it Driz? I'm sure it was Driz who scored the goal.
Was it Driz?
The number 7. Driz.
Number seven.
Because he got man of the match, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was Driz. It was Driz who scored the second goal.
Driz.
Right.
Yes. Apologies. So literally, Driz came literally from the right, came into the center, and then drifted onto the left. And you know what? That start-stop. Driz did it. I mean, like the start-stop movement, that can just kill any defender. Especially if you can have the pace. And literally, that's kind of what he did. He stopped and then went again, had that extra yard, drilled it low with his left foot.
Bang, goal.
Bang, goal. 2-1, 2-1. And again, you know, I was kind of looking for kind of LSU to I'd say kick on, you know. But like I felt that again, you know, they were kind of playing within themselves. I don't think in the second half, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think they like ever stretched Summers, really putting like the ball behind them. Apart from a couple of times with like Baz Savage. But with Summers, with Drisdale and the winger on the left, also on the left-hand side, they were like giving LSU's fullbacks a torrid time, an absolute torrid time. And, you know, they were just a constant threat.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I saw. I mean, like I said, we talk about Baz Savage up front. I mean, he worked really well, because he had to work hard up there. You know, not saying the others didn't work well, but he had to work hard. You know, he had to do a lot of work. I mean, even Gibbo, I mean, some players, I thought you know what, you're 2-1 down. You need to make substitutions maybe a little bit with more urgency. Maybe get a player on there and give him a little bit more time to play with, to see what he can do. You know, there's a few players in LSU that I thought should have maybe come on earlier.
Okay.
I thought Jonesy should have come on earlier. In my opinion, I thought he's someone who could have come on earlier, because he can impact a game as well. It's not as if he can't impact a game, he can. So, you know, but like I said, I'm not the manager, you know. It's like I said, I wish Lloyd was here, you know, because he could be answering some of the questions that I would like answered to.
I mean, again, I know that we will probably talk about a few of the key players, but again, what I noticed about Summers, especially with their substitutes, the players that came off, it was because they ran themselves into the ground. Like they left nothing on the pitch. You know, I think a few players came off with I think Drisdale came off with a hamstring injury or with cramp. I'm not too sure. I think Dwayne came off with cramp. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And again, you know, it was just non-stop. You know, Summers, as I said before in one of my previous videos, they are aggressive, passionate, and again, they give no one respect. They give no one respect respectfully. Does that make sense? You know, they you know, literally, they will literally hound you, and literally anyone that's coming off the pitch, it's because they've ran their absolute heart out. And you know, again, with the kind of LSU guys, you know, do I feel that they, you know, like they did this, you know, do I feel that they did the same? I don't think so. You know,
yeah, some of them didn't turn up, and I know if we're honest here, they know these players know who they are. Some of them know that they didn't turn up. Yeah, they in their own mind, and when they're on their own in their own little time, they'll say, well, I could have done this or I could have done that. You know,
no, Karen, sorry, carry on.
It happens, and then, you know what I mean. But they got to move on, because now, you know what I mean. For some, you could lose. LSU could lose this and just think. But you know what I mean. They're still in a strong position. They can win the league and that. So they got to put this to bed and crack on.
Big shout to Summers. Summers have won 3 cup competitions. That, you know, they are they are like kings of competition. They are literally kings of cup competitions. And again, you know, they've like knocked out Charcoal, they knocked out Santos.
Yeah.
Then, you know, they beat LSU. So, they've like done it like the way that true champions should. They've actually beaten, arguably like the three best teams in like London, really, to actually win it. And again, as I kind of said before at the beginning of the show, Summers are officially the best team in London. Facts. Like there's no ifs, buts, or maybes. They are the best team in London.
I said that to some of them yesterday. I like I said, I know some of the Summers lot as just as well I know the LSU lot. And I said to some of them, you know what I mean? You've done well. You've done something that it can't be taken away from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can't be taken away from them. It goes down in history. 2024 champions of London. Summers.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
But they created problems for themselves because now that they're champions, everyone's going to be on their case now to be the ones who knocked the previous champions out. Do you know what I mean? So they've only just created, and it's a nice thing that they've created for themselves because everyone's going to say, right, this is the London champion defending holders that we're playing. So it's only going to rightfully raise their game a little bit extra for them.
Yeah. So I won't say, I mean, literally, I know what you mean in terms of creating problems, but I wouldn't say problems because literally winning.
No, not a nasty thing. It's a nice thing. They're champions and rightfully so. Yeah. But for next season now, they're going to be defending that title.
Yeah. But I mean, again, like kind of going on from the game, and again, there were some quality saves from like both like keepers. I think Duncan made one at 2-1. I think Mike
kept him in the game.
That literally kept him in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
I think Mike made 2 or 3 saves as well. To actually, again, keep Summers ahead. Of course, after, back at full time, again, deservingly, truly well deserved. Summers won. But like the biggest thing for me, I'd say one of the biggest things and one of the most poignant things was that there was that mutual respect. Like there was that mutual respect. And like there was no isms or schisms. It was kind of played in the way where we would literally expect men of our generation should like act, and of course to be played. Obviously there's like going to be heated moments, and literally we are not going to be all singing from the same hymn sheet. There's like going to be challenges, there's going to be shouting and like bellowing, but after the game's done, like the respect was just exactly why I love Vets football.
100%. 100%. No animosity either way. It's just well played. Let's go and stand and have a drink and reason.
Yeah. I'm not going to say too much about what happened at full time, but Lloydie went into Summers' dressing room just to say a few words. I'm not going to say exactly what was said, but again, literally it just shows how much Lloydie respects Summers, and also as well, what like Summers have done for Vets, how like Summers also respects LSU and literally what Lloyd is doing. It's it was a beautiful scene. It was an absolutely beautiful scene. I can't even lie. So again, big shout out to Summers and big shout out to Lloydie. Key players. Let's talk about key players. I would love to go first. Let me kind of go first. I have to shout out the like midfield trio of like Summers. Brian, who's the captain. Addy Cole, who who literally everyone thought was about 19, and like Newts, who like normally plays as a centre back, but like, you know, literally he was deployed as a midfield enforcer, but he does a lot more than that. You know, it's a calming influence. Again, like, you know, his kind of energy literally goes throughout the whole team. Again, like the calmness, and again, like he's played at those levels as well. So, you know, again, this like did not phase him. You know, Addy Cole, again, I mean, cheat code. You know, again, he's just so quick. Like his brain is literally, you know, ticking, you know, 2, 3, 4 steps faster than everyone else. Like the movement, like the
you
speed.
see Addy Cole, but you see Addy Cole, he's like his other two brothers. His other two brothers are boys.
Yeah.
They just, you know what I mean? It's just it's natural there.
Yeah.
You know, but you took away what I was going. I thought Brian in midfield played well, but there's one at the back, Ty for Summers. He played very well as well, and he's playing out of position because he's centre forward.
Well, against London Lions, London Lions.
He normally plays as a centre forward, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So to have to play out of position in a London Cup final like that, you know what I mean? He needs to be given a special, you know, because he's played out of position.
100%.
You know, everyone goes for the usual suspects, like, oh, we're going to watch this one, we're going to watch that one. But I just think he was the one. Him and Brian, for me, were the two.
Yeah.
Brian just broke up things simple. He got to things like, he ain't going to make that, but he's made it. Made the tackle, broke it up, push it to another player, let them do the rest. I've done my job. Let me just shuffle back into position. And and like I said, Ty at the back, I thought he'd done really well.
Yeah.
Played really well for them.
Also, special mentions to Drisdale that played on the right, and I don't know who played on the left. Was it Forbesy that played on the left?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
mistaken.
Literally, I mean, when I saw Drizzy run, it made me look tired. It actually made me look tired. You know, but again, he was like direct, non-stop running, and literally on the left side as well. There was literally a lot of banter going on Summers's left, and I know, you know, and again, it was kind of done in really, really good like spirit. But yeah, like the two wingers were just amazing. And again, Dwayne for his goal, really, 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 really good. For like, you know, literally LSU, Baz, you know, played okay. You know, he like tried to do as much as he possibly could. I thought when Ashley Crew came on, again, like he like brought again that calmness, you know, possession with purpose. That's what he like brought on, and also Gibbo as well. Gibbo non-stop running. You know, if you kind of allow yourself, actually, if you think you've got time and you've got Gibbo around you, you're in trouble.
Yeah, he's a pest in a nice way. He knows what I mean. You know.
Yeah, 100%. So Forbes. So Forbes was on the left, Drisdale was on the right. Again, quality, man, quality. So yeah, shout out to those players, and like, you know what, shout out to like both teams, because again, you know, it was a great final. And you know, if you don't know about Summers, now you know, and literally, and she knowing a little bit about them, they love this pressure. Like, there's a reason why they put their videos out every single week. say, okay, you know what? Like, if you guys want to beat us, we're gonna put our videos out. There's no hiding, so everyone knows our players. Like, they lack that pressure, and just winning this competition. Because don't forget, last season they got beat by Santos and Charcoal, by pretty heavy margins. So again, the improvement and also the know-how, as I kind of said before, worthy winners. The officiating. What do you think about the officiating?
It's best you comment. I still play football, and I might have to bump into one of them in one afternoon. So it's best you comment on that side of it, and I'll just maybe throw in a little bit here and there, but I'd rather you do this side of it.
I'm also a referee as well. So it is what it is. Like, it's just our own opinion. Let me say, officials are human beings. They get things wrong. But also when they get things right, we have to applaud them. I think, and again, I haven't looked at the footage, so literally I have to look at it. I think there was a penalty in the first half for LSU. Was the referee a little bit nitpicky? Possibly, but again, he wanted to set his stall out from the beginning. I think Doyley's sending off was correct. It was 2 yellows, so he got that right. I'm trying to think what else in the second half. Come on, and Gary, man, talk, man, talk.
No, because the thing is, you see, officials. When I'm watching a game, I watched that game yesterday. It was just the 2 teams I was interested in. What LSU is going to bring to the table on the day? What Summers are going to bring to the table? I'm not business with no official. You understand? I'm a player, and at the end of the day, I have my opinion on officials. But like I said, it's best that I keep my opinions to myself, and when I've retired, I will give my opinion on officials, because I don't think I should give an opinion today. Just out as safekeeping for myself as a player.
Okay.
It could come back to haunt me. It could come back to haunt me.
Okay. Okay. Well, do you think that officials had an influence on the game?
What official doesn't?
I was saying,
what official doesn't? You've got some officials who make themselves too busy, and it's like take away the limelight from others. Like I could possibly have taken away the limelight from Summers and LSU, because it's like they want to be the center of attention because of some of their decisions and things like that. So I really, officials, I really don't have time for sometimes. Like I said, it's a kind of a sore subject for me, because something happened yesterday. I don't want to disclose it, but it had something with one of the linesmen. You know what I mean? And I don't want to disclose it, but something with one of the linesmen done something to me. Yeah.
Oh, was in that yesterday's game?
Yesterday's game, you know what I mean? I offered common courtesy and I asked him a question, and he just blatantly ignored me. But yet, what happens, Tobias? I see someone else asks, because they had an official uniform on representing like the London FA, and he spoke to him and gave him an answer, which I thought was wrong.
No, because it's right.
Thought it was wrong. I was just asking a question. No, if you're not gonna answer one, then you don't answer no to nobody.
No, Gary, yeah? No. I have to disagree with you. If you're a linesman or an assistant referee, and then you answer one question from the crowd, because he doesn't know you from anyone else. Literally, you are asking him a question, and literally, it's probably a legitimate question. You wasn't being disrespectful. I get that. if he answers you, then literally it gives everyone else the right to ask him questions. That assistant referee has to be on the ball all the time, unless there's an official London FA representative there. That's the only person that you have to talk to. Trust me, I'm a referee. If I was
just like I said, it's not as if I want to make it an issue, because I'm not making it an issue, but that was just something I know, and I wasn't being rude. It was just a quick question. The game had stopped, and all I said is, how long left? How difficult it is to answer. Ask yourself the truth.
Protocol is protocol, though. You know what? Protocol is protocol. It, literally may come across disrespectful, but in a final, like maybe if it was a quarterfinal, cool. But as a final, protocol is protocol. Trust me. Like I am a referee, so literally I know the rules. Protocol.
Yeah, no, it's not a problem. It's not about me. It's about LSU and Summers. So let's just stick to that.
Let's leave it there.
Yeah.
But like for me personally, I don't think the officials had an influence on the game, because afterwards we weren't talking about the officials.
I'm just talking about the game.
We was literally talking about the game. So literally that's kind of how I know that the officials, did a good job, because no one was talking about them. So like for me, it was a kind of decent performance from the officials. Big, you know what? LSU Masters want you to speak your truth. They want you to speak your truth.
No, you lot ain't drawing me out like that. No.
No, but
it's safe. It's safer this way.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Again, big shout out to you, Gary, because again, like you was speaking to both sets of players afterwards as well, and literally everything that you were saying to them was absolutely right, and again, how kind of Summers conducted themselves on and off the pitch, amazing. How LSU conducted themselves on and off the pitch, amazing. Again, this is what we need in Vets football. This is like the reason why, these like finals are so exciting, because again, two great footballing teams go head to head. They go into battle. They go into war. There's only going to be one winner, but you know what? It's all out of respect as well. And literally, that is what we love. That is literally what we love. This, you know what, they are bigging you up, Gary. This guy has to be involved in the coverage of Vets football, the most knowledgeable in Vets football than anyone else. Facts, 100%. Every time myself and Gary speak, it's just knowledge. It's just knowledge. So literally, I am very, very honored that Gary, you are literally on the podcast. Overall, I would literally love to kind of get your opinions in terms of the competition, what you liked about it, and like certain things that the London FA can actually improve about the competition.
Look, I've been playing in this competition for quite a bit. It's a competition, everyone. If you're a footballer in London, this is a competition you want to play. No different from Kent, no different from Surrey. Yeah. I'd like to see them, what they done to Summers and LSU, and I think it's Trent Park and London Lions
in the semi-final.
Side of it, yeah, the semi-finals. See, that was confusing for me, because normally it's Saturday section play Saturday section and Sunday sections play Sunday section. So as far as I was concerned, I thought it was Summers and LSU in one semi and Trent Park and London Lion in the other semi, until it came to this, and it's two Saturday sides. what's taken part. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just things like that. Or I just found a little bit confusing. If it's a Saturday section, it's a Saturday section. If it's a Sunday section, it's a Sunday section. I mean, at the end of the day, why doesn't the London FA, why don't they organise a tournament for the Saturday teams? Yeah, and then organise one for the Sunday teams. Yeah, and then at the end of the day, maybe it can come like a charity shield or something. The London Cup winners on Sunday play the London Cup winners on Saturday at the start of the season. Why can't something like that be done? Isn't it possible?
It's possible. I think literally resources will be stretched. I don't know all of the ins and outs at the London FA, but I know a lot to say that the London FA, especially Jamal, is stretched. I'm myself and Jamal will be speaking probably next week. I don't know if anyone knows that Jamal, does over 30 cups every single season, and there's literally like a lot that like he has to do. So it's like it's kind of something that we will be talking about. But yeah, we would have to get the resources right, because again, already with certain teams dropping out of respective leagues, like a lot of league games still need to be played. Like LSU, I think they've only played 9 games. I'm not too sure about Summers.
No, yeah,
but again, logistically, it's got to be right for like every single team. And again, with the cup competitions that certain teams are already in, adding additional fixtures, especially with the weather, it's going to be hard to fit everything in.
Okay,
that's how I feel.
It was just a thought anyway.
Yeah. You know what? We are here for all ideas. We are here for all ideas, man. But no, again, big shout out to Summers, champions of London. Again, big shout out to LSU Masters. I know that they will go again. Anyone that hasn't subscribed to the Summers YouTube channel, just type in Summers AFC into YouTube. They are bringing more like teams in, more people into vets football. And LSU are doing exactly the same. Like I said it at the beginning of the season, it's teams like LSU that will carry on going beyond 2, 3, 4 years. We're like looking at over 10 like years in like grassroots football, because they have a system, because they have clubs, because they have players that actually want to play. And now with like Summers, that's what they are looking to do as well. Again, with the YouTube channel, with the awareness, with the kids, they've literally got a lot of plans. So yeah, no, it was a great final. I was absolutely, actually, Gary, what about my performance? You've not rated me. Come on then. You might as well.
Yeah. Right. What am I rating you for? This should be interesting. What am I rating you for?
I just whatever you want to say. Like whatever you want to say.
You're doing what you're doing, man. And what you're doing it's a good thing. It's not many people there on a real. Not many people are doing it. You're offering not only the community but other sectors a chance to speak. Yeah, this is a platform. If someone wants to come on air and speak their mind constructively, because anyone can start cursing, start shouting at this, and there's no need for it. If you've got something constructive to say, then come on the program and say it.
Okay. We only deal with intelligent people on this platform. That's the thing.
On, man.
You know what?
That's why I'm on it. That's why I'm on it. That's the only reason I come on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're representing Tobias. So look, see, I'm saluting you for that.
No,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm
So, you know,
saluting you for that.
thank you, man. Thank you, and again, shout out to like everyone that's kind of supported me from the get go, you know, up until now. The project is not finished; we are just starting, and again, it's like it's kind of teams like LSU, it's teams like Summers, it's like people like yourself, Gary. It's like teams in the first and second and third division, even like in the seventh division as well. That's the reason why I love doing this. But Gary, man, honestly, it's an absolute pleasure. I know I will see you on this platform more. Santos, actually, let's kind of briefly talk about Santos. Santos are where in the table right now?
We're fourth. We're fourth at the moment. I mean, we for us, it's just a case of finish the. I think we've got 2 games left, and it's just to try and win them both. Finish the season on a high, you know, and let's prepare for next season.
Yeah, no,
You know,
brilliant,
I think
brilliant.
that's it, really.
Big shout out to everyone on Instagram. Is it cool kid? Great job to Bruce putting a light, giving the over 35s light. 100. Listen, over 35 is now like the new night, 19, 20-year-olds. We are the thriving generation. Like, let's not get it twisted. We are the thriving generation. We like know how to communicate. We got brought up without like no internet, without like a mobile phone. So like when you and I speak, it's the tone of our voice, it's our body language. That is literally what got us into trouble or got us out of trouble. So literally, you know what I'm saying? So literally, we know how to communicate. But again,
Yeah.
big like shout out to cool kid Cole, and to big shout out to the apps as well. Big up yourself, brother. There's a whole movement in grassroots because of guys like myself. And again, big shout out to apps. Apple is huge in the grassroots community. Very, very, very funny, very opinionated, very straight talking. I need him on the podcast as well. But Gary, honestly, thank you like so much for like coming on. Before you go, do not disappear, Gary. Let me just put on again, London Vets champions are Summers FC, the best team in the kind of vets, in like vets. Before we go, I've got one more thing I have to do. Hold on. Yep. Thank you, everyone that's actually watching. We go. Hold on. Hold on. I've got to do this right. What am I doing? Hold on. Hold on. I've done this all wrong. This is why I love doing live shows. Let me put this in again. All right. Let's go. Before we go, I have to play Summers FC's theme tune. Let's.
All in is the attitude, left them never knew. Right down the avenue, straight is the latitude. Blessed is the gratitude, stood firm to the test, never move. Some effect at your neck, do you check? Are you prepped? Are you boots from grassroots to pass throughs? I really do the field work like a move. The I is the source, you is the two. The idea started like a seed, then it grew. Something you could choose, something on the low. Cause you know people them as do, never left the flow, so to grow. I become the food with a little force, no remorse, we can make a move. We create the path that we're tunneling, not stumbling. 10 things that we're juggling, done struggling. Hard work, but the muscle in. Push down to come up is the pedaling. Go meddling, keep spitting, heart pumping. Who's quitting? Keep flying, keep pushing. Go all in with no cushion. Keep busting, keep bringing. Let's dig in, keep kicking, keep jumping. Are you willing to leave nothing? We winning. Perfect.
Well done to Summers FC. Let me add myself to the stage. Wow, I have just messed up. This is brilliant. Let me take myself off. This is absolutely brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. I've just taken off Gary from the live. That is crazy. That was actually all my fault. Gary, I will put you on later on. Again, thank you to everyone that's been watching. It's been a long day. You can tell I've got red eye. It's been a crazy weekend. Thank you everyone that's been watching. I will see you next week.